What's up, guys? Thanks for joining us today. We have a lot of brothers and sisters living in different corners of the world, whether it's in Europe, Africa, America, Asia, all over. Who are these brothers and sisters? Well, today we cover their stories. Who are they? Where are they located? What are some of the negative and positive experience that they have already experienced in those countries? All of that will be covered in this video. If this is your first time seeing this face on your screen, please kindly hit the subscribe button to subscribe to our channel. Also hit the notification button so you get notified anytime we drop a new video. Would you like to join us and share your story with us? Please kindly check the description box, also the pinned comment, so you can get to know how to get in touch with us.
Telling you guys life in Belgium as an African woman. What can you actually expect? Like I said, life in Belgium, a little bit highlight of Belgium. My childhood here in Belgium. Telling you guys a few stories, like example, a teacher that took my diary and read it in front of the whole cafeteria. Kids that threw rocks at my nose and broke my nose and also dislocated my jaw. So if you notice that my mouth is going like this a little bit, it's because of that situation that happened during my childhood. Those type of stories, you know, like really hard, intense stories. And of course, like I said, the pros and the cons, which I will be starting with the cons and then afterwards with the pro, because I want to end this in a positive note. I'm all about positive vibes, so that's what you can kind of expect from me. Belgium is a small country in Europe. Our neighbors are Germany, the Netherlands, France, and a little bit up there you have the UK. So actually traveling to those countries is really easy peasy. I live in Belgium, in the city called Ghent. The languages that they speak in Belgium are French and Dutch, this Netherlands. In Brussels, the capital of Belgium, they like speak both. It's like a remix. Sometimes you will have a conversation with somebody and you will start like in Dutch and then remix with French, and then before you know, you're like, ooh, you know, it's like. But in general, like Belgium has a lot of nationalities, so much, and that's really nice, you know. That's what I found nice about that. So different topic, my childhood in Belgium. I can really tell you this, my childhood here in Belgium wasn't easy, but it wasn't also difficult. It's how you see it and how you learn from it. I'm good, I'm already past that, you know, so it is what it is, it happened. But it's just hard to like go back in time and talk about it in front of a camera and share my story. But this is real, you know, this really happened. Where should I even start? As a kid here in Belgium, they have like Bosklasse and Zeeklasse. So that's actually something, they go to the sea or they go to the woods, you know, like with a school. And I went once in my life, it was the first and the last time because of the situation that happened that I'm about to tell you guys. And C class was okay, everything was going good until one day I wanted to join a group of kids and play with them. And they said, no, you're too black to play with us, so you can't be in our group. Go and play somewhere else. And I was like insistent. I said no, why can't I play? I want to play with you guys, you know. And they were like, no, we don't play with blacks. Kids, but they didn't allow me to play. So I was a tough kid also, you know. I just like went in. I was like, no, I'm going to play. And some other girls were like, let her play, you know, just don't be difficult. And that guy threw the stone straight to my nose, breaking it, bleeding. I was going to the teacher because I was like, oh my god, blood. You know, as a kid, you're panicking. So I was like on my way to the teacher, and the guy saw that I was going to the teacher, so he blocked my way with a couple of kids, telling me, yeah, you black, this is what you get. If you don't want to go, this is what you're gonna get. And I was shocked, you know. I was like, let me go, I'm bleeding here. And that's when they started like they like hustled me and they pushed me, and then they were stepping on me, and that's when one of them stepped on my jaw and dislocated it. I still have like sometimes issues when I'm talking that my mouth like I don't know, go different ways. That's because of that. It's not because I'm sick or anything like that. That's because I had that incident. So eventually the teacher saw it and they came towards my way, and the kids got punished. I don't know what kind of punishment they got. I was just in shock, and they brought me to emergency. I don't know what happened after that because it's like a blackout, but I knew that the next day, it was 2 days left, I got back on the bus. We all got back on the bus back home. My parents saw me and they were so sad that that happened, and they were so angry. So I don't know if they filed a lawsuit or anything like that. I really don't know because I was just a kid. I know that after that incident, they never ever allowed any of my siblings to go on C class or on bus class, you know. A second thing that I can tell you guys that happened to me during my childhood is I had my diary with me, and I brought my diary to me. You'd be like, why are you bringing your diary to school? I had my diary with me, and I brought it to school because it was my last year, and I wanted my girlfriends, you know, my girls, to sign their autograph in my diary as a memory. So this teacher walked up to our table where I was sitting, of course, and he demanded my diary. I was like, it's my diary, it's my privacy, you know, there are things in that I don't like to share with anybody. I don't want to share with anybody. And he demanded my diary by force. So we were going back and forth. Like I said, I was a tough kid, and I didn't budge in, but it was getting so out of hand. And you know, kids, when they see a teacher like having a discussion, like having a word to word, and the teacher is like, his voice is getting louder, the kids around the table, they get quiet. And they start to like listen, like, oh, what's going on here? So it was getting worse, and I saw it, and I didn't want it to escalate. So I just gave my diary in the hope that he would be like, yeah, you know, like, I have your diary, so you can have it, like, just to show that he has power. It didn't stop there. He read a piece in my diary, not even in him quietly, but he read it so loud that the area where I was sitting could hear everything. Now the part that he read was about a crush that I had at school. Like I know everybody has like a crush, you know, and he read it so loud. And you know what the worst part was? If my crush was sitting all over there, I wouldn't mind, but my crush was sitting right behind me, just the table behind me. So he heard everything. And that, you know, kids, they were like, and I was shaking, and I was like, I only could imagine this happening in movies, but this was happening to me, you know. And he threw my diary to me, and he told me, next time you won't bring a diary to school because you can see obviously what can happen. And then he just turned around and left. But while he was leaving, I grabbed my diary because I was so sad. I was crying, like crying so badly. I took my diary and I started like running. I just ran away. And the thing here is, in my time, you have to wait till the bell rings so you all can stand up and then leave the cafeteria and then go afterwards to the playground. But I was so broken, I couldn't sit there, you know. The kids was laughing. I was humiliated. I was in shock. I was hurt, you know. My privacy was not respected. So I ran to the toilet and he was shouting, you can't go there, otherwise you get detention. But I was like, oh, fuck it, you know, you already destroyed me, so whatever. So I just ran, and after that, I don't know what happened, but I guess I just tried to get over it and let time pass and heal. The worst thing that I've ever heard of been through as a black woman that I can remember, and really got me deep till this day, is the fact that I shared cookies with a bunch of girls. And a couple of days later, you know, kids, you know, I give you give me back, you know. I asked them if they could share some cookies because I gave you some cookies a few days ago. And they said, yeah, sure. But they like crumbled the cookies, put it on the ground, and told me, you can eat with us. You can eat with us. You can eat from the ground, you filthy nigger. Kids. So if you, kids said that. And I was crying, you know. I was like, a few days ago, I was like, I had like 3 cookies and I shared with you guys, and I'm asking you guys, and you guys are acting like this. So I saw a teacher, the teacher saw me, I saw the teacher, and the teacher also saw the kids. And you know what the teacher said? Do not come yelling at me like that, because that's rude. For that, I'm going to punish you. I was like, you're going to punish me or you're going to punish them? Because I'm confused, you know. No, you can't raise your voice to me. Yo, bro, I was sad. They literally told me I had to eat from the ground. And you are coming here to punish me for something that I came to you to ask for help? Okay, so they didn't get punished, nothing, but a teacher told me, you know, you should just stay away from those kids. I know you want to be a part of a group and stuff like that, but those kids are bad, but yet you still punished me. I do not get that. A lot of things happened during my childhood, and especially in primary school, called me Zwarte Piet or anything like that. And the worst part about that is I never told my parents. I couldn't tell them because I was like afraid that I would have to change from school, you know, changes, and I wasn't like really up to for change. I was like okay with not what they were doing to me, but like I was like, just suck it in, you know, you're going to high school anyway, it will get better, don't mind them, you know, it is what it is. As a kid, you do not know better. And maybe those kids didn't also know better, but it came from parenting. So I think somewhere in their household, they were racist, definitely. Because if you don't teach your children that, and they come to school and they do that to other kids, that's bad. Oh, so many things happened in primary school, you know. And also the fact that the teacher stepped on my foot, almost broke my toe. And also attacked a Turkish child, which the Turkish child did tell his parent, because the father came to school. He held the teacher against the wall and told him, if I ever have to come to this school and hear that you touched my son or any other kid in this school, I will literally beat you up. And after that incident, actually nothing else happened. I don't know how to say this, but it went from really bad to like average to like okay. Maybe because getting older made me see the world in a different eye, you know, made me speak up more. And the thing that hurted me the most was from within the black community. They will come up to me and they will be like, Lesley, please, you know, you don't have it that hard because you're light skinned, and the fact that you went through that, that's not even possible. Like, we're a couple of shades darker than you, so like, bitch, please. And I was like, it does not matter if I'm a little bit lighter or not, as long as you're not Caucasian like them, you will face racism, you know, you will be discriminated. It doesn't matter, you know. And I asked them, what have you been through? Have someone broken your nose with a stone before because of your skin color? Because you couldn't play? Did someone stepped on your jaw, dislocated your jaw because of your skin color? Or did a teacher took your diary and read it in front of the whole cafeteria? I don't know, you know, tell me. And they were like, no, we didn't go through that. Some kids did call us the N-word and stuff like that. I told them straight ahead, I don't need your opinion. I did not ask for your opinion. I'm just telling you my story. I don't need to hear that I'm not black enough to talk about that or anything like that. So within the black community, the friends that I considered as friends in that time, growing up, were actually not friends. They were always like in my business in the wrong way, always like bringing me down and calling me names, you know, like within the black community. That also happens. And they would say I'm beige. I should ask my mom if my mom did not cheat on my dad because I was too light to be a full Ghanaian. Like I said, I was a tough kid growing up. So if you think I'm too light to be black, whatever, I know who I am. I see me. I love me. And I'm not going to change me, you know. It is who I am. Those situations, those traumas made me who I am today. So lastly, I'm going to talk about the pros and the cons, starting with the cons in Belgium. So the traffic here in Belgium are mental. Like, some places are okay, but like if you're going to the capital, oh my god, oh, it's horrible. It's so. Another con is some holiday celebrations are racist as hell. Now I'm just going to highlight one. It's called Sinterklaas. Now, there's been a debate every year when that holiday comes around. There's a big debate about, yeah, why do you guys want to cancel that? What is Sinterklaas? Sinterklaas is like a sort of celebrate holiday that is here for the kids. Caucasian people paint their face black, paint their lips red, and wear curly Afro hair. Now, they say it's not racist because when you go through the chimney, you know, or you have the dirt from the chimney on your face. But tell me, do a chimney has a lipstick and Afro hair in that thing while going down? Cause I can't remember that happening, you know. That's like way racist for me. The next con that I have is the weather here in Belgium. You have a love-hate relationship with the weather here in Belgium. You don't really have real seasons. The one moment, like just now, the sun was shining, really nice, it was hot. The next moment, it's gonna rain. So my last con is they have zero respect towards black football players in Belgium teams. I say this because my dad was a professional football player, so I heard things they said to him while he was playing football. Those words hurt. They really do. My brother is also a football player. My little brother is also a football player. And every time they like make a mistake, you know, or get tackled or make a fall or something, okay, you can use your football terms and stuff like that. But do not come racist over, you know, like don't say, oh, you look like a monkey, that's why you can't play. Or look at that with the big lips, of course you can't move properly. Horrible things that I don't want to speak out, you know. I've been there, I went to support my brothers, I went to support my dad while he was playing, and to hear those people say those things, it hurts. They are humans, you know. It's all good and well when they score a point for the team, you know, they be like, yeah, because of him. But when they make a small mistake, oh, the bashing, oh my god, it's so out of words, you know. So that's a big con here. Zero respect towards black football players. Not only blacks, you know, like non-Caucasian football players here in Belgium. It's ridiculous. It hurts. And I cannot put words, it makes me so angry, you know, because I was standing there when these things were happening, and I was like, should I act on it? I did, of course, and then I got kicked out. But that's a different story. Okay, so now I'm just gonna talk about the pros in Belgium. Yes, you definitely have pros in Belgium. Absolutely, freaking you have pros in Belgium. To rent a house or buy a house or apartment is quite affordable here in Belgium. So affordable in the sense that you have a good job, you know. That's definitely a pro here in Belgium. Another pro is when you have a decent job here in Belgium, you have a lot of benefits, you know, that comes within that job. Oh, next pro is the French fries and the beer and the chocolate here in Belgium. You cannot ignore that Belgium has the most delicious chocolate, delicious beer, and the French fries, like, oh, you can't find it nowhere like Belgium fries, like they are so good. So the last pro that I have is a garbage service in Belgium. It's called the Ivago. Now that's a huge pro. Those people are so unappreciated. Some people even look down at them. But if it wasn't for them, our streets would be so filled with dirt and garbage and all those type of things. These people bring them away and they don't get appreciated enough, you know. And that's sad because it's a hard, tough job, you know. So for me to end this video in a positive and a good note is no matter what they say about you, don't let them get to you. You are beautiful, you are great, are amazing, and you should love yourself, you know. I'm a proud black African woman living in Belgium, and ain't nobody can take that away from me.
So today I am talking about an interesting topic, which is what to expect if you're black in Italy. So for all of you that don't know, I live in Italy and I've been here for quite a while, so I think I have a few things to share. Or if you're planning to come to Italy and you want to know some of the things you should expect, then welcome. Anyway, so I live in Rome now because I'm doing my master's program in Rome, but I am originally from the north, which is in Treviso. That being said, I would say one of the first things to expect when you're black in Italy is the stares. People are going to stare at you right, left, center. Anywhere you go, whatever you do, whoever you are with, you are going to get the stares. Now, the stares are quite different. People are going to stare at you with curiosity. People are going to stare at you with disgust. People are going to stare at you with, like, in a sexual way. Whatever it is, you are going to get stared at. And yeah, I have actually developed this mechanism whereby whenever I see somebody staring at me, I do stare back. So I don't even blink when I see you staring at me. I'm like, I'm okay, let's just do this together. So yeah, I stare at people because I feel like, why are you staring at me? Like, do I have 3 eyes? Do I have 2 noses? Like, what it is, what is it that makes you stare at me in that kind of way? Like, I mean, you know, so you just know that you're going to be stared at, whether in a good way or in a bad way, you are going to be stared at. So yes, that is 1. 2, if you're black in Italy, you're probably going to be, quote unquote, regarded as a prostitute, and that is automatic. Like, every black person in Italy is supposed to be a prostitute. That actually kind of annoys me. It just kills my soul that because of the color of my skin, I am going to be associated with a prostitute. Now, when I was in the north, I never really got those kind of, it wasn't direct, you understand? In Rome, it is terrible. Now, unfortunately for me, I live in an area where you see a lot of black prostitutes. Not only black prostitutes, you see a lot of other nationalities who actually stand on the roadside and do, like, you know, work. And so in Rome, it is actually easy for you to be associated with a black prostitute, because that is what you see them do. And I've actually had people come up to me and ask me, are you working? Like, can I take you home? Or somebody actually deliberately, intentionally opened his purse at me and started counting out the money. Now, this was supposed to make me know that, oh, this guy is loaded and that he wants to give me some money, so I should just go with him. And I freaked out. When I say I freaked out, and I think that was terrible. That was extremely terrible. That is 2. 3, you are never going to get any product for you. When I say any product, I mean you are never going to walk in a store and get something that is tailored for your hair, for your face, for your skin, for anything. It is assumed that we are in the minority, which we are, and apparently we don't even make up, apparently we don't take care of our hair, apparently we don't exist. So basically, you walk in any makeup store and their foundation range is going to stop at a mulatto's like skin tone. It's never going to go down. And I remember the first time I came to Italy, I was looking so hard. I was in high school and I was actually looking terribly for makeup stuff, and I would walk into a shop and the shop attendant would tell me, oh, this is actually going to match your skin color, which clearly, like, it's not even my shade. It's not close to being my shade. But yeah, they'll try to convince you that, oh, this is your shade, which is not. I know my shade. And so yeah, you're never going to get anything for your hair. I struggle to get products for my hair. Fortunately, there is a site which is catered for natural hair now, and so I do go there to shop online. But if you're coming from outside the country and you're thinking you're going to get everything here, I'm sorry, you are not. So just bring everything with you when you're coming to Italy. Face, makeup product, hair product, whatever it is you need, bring them yourself, because I can tell you, you're not going to get any of that. The fourth thing to expect is, what is the fourth? Oh, another thing to expect is being associated with a Black American. So the funny thing is, if you are in Italy and you dress well and you walk well and you speak well and you do whatever it is well, if you have good appearance, if you know you're not African, and that is terrible. I mean, that is extremely painful, because you can't see me and say, oh, you don't look African, you look American. What does that mean? I don't understand. What makes me look like a Black American? What makes me not look like an African? Is it because we are always portrayed as poor people and something of that sort, and so we are not worthy to be able to dress well, to be able to speak well, to be able to be gentle? Like, yeah, there's something about this which actually irks me. Like, I went to the post office one time, and this person I usually meet at the post office, and one day I had to do a transaction where I had to give out my ID card, and he looked at my ID card and he saw the nationality and he was like, oh, are you Ghanaian? Are you African? And I'm like, yeah, I'm from Ghana. He's like, no, you don't look African, you look. And I was like, what do I look like? And he said, you look like an African American. I was like, okay. But there I didn't say anything, because I was still trying to like process the whole thing, trying to understand what makes me look like an African American, because yeah, that is it. So yeah, that is another thing. If you dress well, if you have an iPhone, if you have whatever, you're not African, you're an African American, or you're from the UK, somewhere but not in Africa. Yes. Another thing to expect if you're Black in Italy is to be asked a lot of questions. Now, people do ask you questions and you're like, okay, this is generally because they want to know, they genuinely want to know more about you, want to know more about your culture, want to know more about where you come from. And you're going to get questions that kind of insult you, and questions that are just, you wonder if the person asking the question is actually a human being, or if the person asking the question is educated in any kind of way. Now, I don't blame them, because that is what they see on TV. Africans are portrayed as having, I don't know, flies on their nose, flies on their mouth, asking for aid, no water to drink, no clothes to wear. And so yeah, you kind of get these silly questions, and it baffles me, it annoys me. I mean, I have been asked if I see elephants and tigers when I open my door in like in my backyard. I've been asked whether I see, like I said, whether I see animals like elephants, like tigers, whenever I kind of like open my windows, and you know, stuff like that. And I'm like, excuse me, I don't live in a jungle. I was asked a question like, why do you have white teeth when you are Black? Like, that is one of those crazy questions that people ask you, and you're like, are you even serious? Are my teeth supposed to be black because I am Black? Like, are you even serious? So that is one of just the absurd questions people would ask you. One person also asked me, like, do we wear shirts and jeans, trousers in Africa? Like, do we wear normal clothes in Africa? And they always use the word Africa. I'm from Africa, but I have a country. I don't ask people, what clothes do you wear in Europe? I ask, what clothes do you wear in Germany? What do you wear in France? What do you wear? Blah blah blah. Mention the country. Don't just group everything as Africa, because clearly something is off. So yeah, you're going to get very nasty questions, very ignorant questions, and some questions are genuinely questions people are asking because they want to know more about you. Other questions are just questions to just insult you, and if you can't respond to those kind of things, do, because once people know that they can't talk to you anyhow they want to talk to you, then they kind of give you the respect they ought to give you. So yeah, I don't even know the number of things I said, but those are the things to expect if you're black in Italy. So if you're coming to Italy, be prepared. And yes, if this was helpful in any kind of way and you want me to do something else, talking about life in Rome, talking about life as a student in Italy or whatever it is, please put it down in the comments section and I'll be sorry, I'll be glad to address them. So